kids. Everybody's got a list of shoulds. I should work out. I should spend more time with my kids. I should make more calls in my business. I should. You do your shoulds when it's easy. When it's not, you don't. You just should all over yourself about not doing it, right? So what we want to do instead is get it to be a must. So when you see someone who's extraordinary at anything, they're not lucky. They're doing something different than you. If you see what they're doing and you do the same thing, if you plant the same seeds, you reap the same rewards. Whether you do it or not will have to do with some of your beliefs. If you have a belief that says, I should never earn more than my parents, it'll humiliate them, then every time you get close to doing really well, you'll sabotage it subconsciously. These stories get in our ways. If you're going to run a business or run your life, I said it the other day, you can't manage something if you don't measure it. The more you measure it, the better it gets, because where focus goes, energy. So the one thing we've got to start to measure is where we are around our standards. And I want to give you 4 ways to look at it, 4 standards to measure. Really simple. Think of it this way. These are the standards. There's the first standard for somebody, which is poor. Poor standards are way down here. Somebody has poor standards, they're willing to do a lousy job. Now, when you have poor standards and you do a poor job, what kind of rewards would you expect? Poor rewards.
Woo! Let's go. Good morning, fam. Happy Wednesday. Feeling good, vibrating high. Yes, I missed the fam yesterday. I was on a flight. My flight got delayed. I thought I was going to be able to make it in time, but they didn't want me to get the message out. So I'm back again. Hope everybody had a great start to the week yesterday. A phenomenal day. And can we get some 7s down below? I believe, Mike, they got their first shirt sale. If I caught that correct this morning, I heard that from a little bird. Congratulations. That's amazing to see. I'm not surprised. You guys have been putting in the time. You've been putting in the effort. And it's just the beginning. Ka-ching's on the beach. I love to see it. So, fam, let's go ahead. Let's go. Yes. How does it feel? Huh? Be able to make money anywhere that has Wi-Fi. Truly a special and amazing skill set. So, with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into today. Let me see if I can get one of these lights on. I just ran up here. Outside was way too hot. You can't see anything out there. It's breezy. So today, fam, I want to talk about 7 reasons why the 5% are successful. And Tony Robbins, he actually touched on it a little bit inside of that intro video. And I'm going to go ahead and peel the layers back to some of the other 7 that he really breaks down, and a lot of the others too. So made some money from Soul Trade. Yes, let's go. Yo, crypto's been smacking. If you guys have not been tapped in with Swipecoin as well, and you have the crypto package, perfect time to go ahead and get locked in for the summer. So let me go ahead and get IG live. This is a message that they don't want to miss. And let's get started for today. And as always, first and foremost, what is everybody grateful for? Drop it down below. Here we go. 7 reasons 5% is successful. Love it. Boom. IG is here. Perfect. Awesome. IG, it's good to see everybody. Happy Wednesday. So grateful to be on here. Grateful to back. I'm actually in Jersey. For those of you that don't know, I'm pretty much from up north, from Philly, and this is one of my favorite spots to come back and be. And the reason being is coming back home this way always gives me such a different perspective, right? Going past some of these old neighborhoods, these broken down houses, and just seeing like, this is what I know. You know, I don't know how many of you guys have actually been up north, but it's a different type of vibe up north, right? Y'all some 5s down below. If you guys know what it's like being up north, right? Maybe New York, Philly, Jersey, this type of area over here, right? It's cold during a lot of parts of the year. It gets icy, you know, for many days. You know, these next couple of days they're saying it's going to be pretty groggy, pretty overcast. Like yesterday was so wild that I got off the plane and we're driving, and you look to the side and it's like you can't even see hundreds of feet because it was so foggy at one point. And I don't miss that at all. That was one of the biggest reasons why I actually came to Florida, was to get out of that miserable just depressing, overcast. Sometimes, if you guys know, you don't see the sun for like 3, 4, 5 days. It's like Michigan. No wonder people are freaking stuck inside all day because you can't really do anything. Well, Philly, New Jersey, this area, there's a lot of memories that comes to me as I come back here, just going past some of these older neighborhoods, seeing people still on the block, and just seeing I could have easily been one of these same statistics. And one of the biggest differentiators is partially what I'm going to be going over today. 7 different reasons what separates 5% of people compared to the 95% that are really in any city, any state, and really all around the world. Here are 7 keys to go ahead and get into. So Deanne, it's good to see you. Cedric in the building. Lovely. Mike, Dreamers, love to see it. So let's dive in. Number 1, first thing that Tony Robbins talks about here, when you look at, somebody like Tony, he's traveled all around the world. He studied some of the top 1%, the millionaires, the billionaires, the top CEOs, the top individuals who are really dominating their industry. And there's a lot of similar characteristics. And what he talks about here is, number 1, Johnny, let's go, is they decide exactly what it is that they want, right? They've gotten a true sense of clarity. So even for all of us coming into the summer, I had a conversation with Raj this morning. I was like, Raj, what do you really want to do coming into the end of the summer? What are some goals that we want to achieve? What are some things that we want to tick off of the list? What are some achievements? What are some impact? What are some daily habits that we want to go ahead and truly embody to really move the needle forward every day, right? One of the best visuals that I can go back and think about is the visual of the man at a tree with an axe. Somebody that hits the same spot every day, multiple times a day. As time goes by, eventually that tree's going to get knocked over. Well, somebody that doesn't know what they want is literally like going up to a tree that wants to chop it down, that wants to get to their goals, but they take one chop here, they take one chop up here, one on the side, one on the bottom, and as time goes by, they're never getting deep enough into anything to be able to go ahead and knock down that goal. And the same thing happened with me, right? They call it juggling too many things. You skate too thin. But if you focus, follow one course until successful, everything starts to change. So tip number 1 was getting clear on what it is that we want. Number 2 was the 5%. They back their goals with perseverance. So especially during the summer is a really crucial time to stay focused because there's so many parties. Like I'm out here on Jersey. I'm literally a block and a half away from the beach. Everybody and their mother is walking outside. They're drinking. They're having a great time. And this is happening all over. But how many are really, truly locked in like us? Like we've been taking notes. Shout out to Mike and Audrey. You guys got some ka-chings coming in. That's because you've been locked in a time where many are taking off. You've been persevering. You've been asking questions. You've been truly being a student of the game. So again, I'm not surprised why the success is flourishing. Number 3, the third key is they commit to lifelong learning. For myself, being a couple years in the industry, I noticed a couple different things. Number 1, it's so easy to make a little bit of money in this industry, whether it be getting to, say, a new rank, or it could be maybe making a couple sales, maybe finally getting a withdrawal inside of our trading account. And I've noticed it happens time and time again. Some make a little bit of money and then stop being a student, even not even just at a little level. I've seen it at high levels as well, whether it's $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000, $250,000 a month. I've seen people get to certain levels and all of a sudden they think they know everything. They don't need to study anymore. They don't think they need to lock in. They don't think they need to be a student. And you know what happens almost 95% of the time? Most of the time, that money always comes back to the same level, to a lower level. And here's the equation. Napoleon Hill talks about this. This is, if you can get this down and remember this, your life will never be the same. He says, imagine there's 2 levels. On the right side, we have our personal development. And on the left side, we have our level of income. And he said, here's what happens with, say, athletes, musicians, artists, rappers, here's what happens a lot of the time. Their income, think about it, their income rises to a superior level. They're making six figures, great money, but they end up blowing it. They spend it all. Why? Because their income superseded their level of personal development, right? They never learned how to invest. They never learned how to multiply their money, how to go ahead and diversify into multiple different streams. So when I started to learn this, getting involved, I said, you know what? It's worth it for me to take the time to study the books on network marketing, to really study the ins and outs of trading, to learn how to get invested into assets instead of just liabilities. It's funny, Jojo, we always go back and she talks about this topic. When I learned about the green and blues, right? Imagine looking at our bank statement every month and we were to see how many greens are coming in and how many reds are coming out. You see, for 95% of people, they have pretty much all reds that are pulling money out. And there's really only one green, one stream of income that comes in maybe weekly, bi-weekly, or for some, monthly. No wonder why so many are living paycheck to paycheck. How can we ever win with having all of these different streams that are coming out and having nothing that's actually coming back in? So this is crucial, right? The fourth thing that they all really get into, what's going on, is this right here. This is crucial. They use their time well, right? Tony Robbins says all the time, nobody can change the fact that we have 24 hours in a day. We can't really manage time, but we can all manage how it is that we use our time. So it's really for me, I was the worst at putting things on paper. I never really had a calendar. I never really had a to-do list that I was doing when I was getting out of college. And this is where everything started to allow me to use my time a lot more wisely. Because when I was getting out of college, I wasn't working, right? I took out loans and I was looking for a way to start having my money work for me. And just like I was talking with Raj this morning, he's like, D, how can I maximize my time? One of the biggest ways is to start time blocking, putting things on a calendar, putting things on Siri, and being able to actually see it physically. You know, for me, I love to have a physical calendar so we can go ahead and plan out the whole month, the week, before it even happens. So that's number 4. They've learned how to go ahead and use their time very wisely. Ed Mylett, he talks about the 3 pieces of his day. He actually breaks his day into 3 different days, right? He has his pretty much 6 to 12, his 12 to 6, and then his 6 to 10. That's his 3 parts of his day that he looks to maximize and really compress time. So that's 4. Number 5, the 5th key that they all really bring about is they follow those that are actually succeeding at a high level in what they're looking to do. And that's the best part about our company, about our platform that we have, whether that be with growing our social media, or maybe it could be trading, building an e-commerce business. There's an area for each and every single one of us to study and model those that are winning. You know, even last week, we had calls on what's some of the top winning trading products that students are using to learn. IM is filled with a stream that anybody can capitalize on for trading. We can be making money with Impulse. We can be making money with Blaze. We can be making money with Swipecoin. When it comes to e-commerce, tapping in and utilizing the educators, building a brand on social media, you guys might not notice, but Threads is paying out to post. Instagram Reels is paying out to post. YouTube Shorts is paying out to post. And even Facebook is paying to post. So imagine if we really started taking these platforms seriously. Now it's not just scrolling. We're not just letting the platforms use us. We are starting to really use them. And that was me a couple years ago. The platforms were using me until I figured out how we can start using them. Even this morning too, I was giving a training about how to maximize Instagram, how to go ahead and go in different places to network. Right? I'm out here in Jersey. So while I'm in Jersey, I want to meet like-minded people. I want to spend my time finding some leaders. I want to find some aces out here. So I went on Instagram, typed in places, typed in the city that I'm at, Atlantic City, And now I'm going to see who I can connect with and collab with while I'm out here with the time that I have here for a couple of days to use it wisely, right? Last two, stick with me. Last two is number 6. They use their inborn creativity. Creativity. This is huge. Think about each one of us. Some of you are really great at speaking. Some of you are phenomenal at writing. Some of you have a great voice. So we can start to really dig deep and identify what are the strengths that we have and how can we double down on them, really starting to maximize them. Okay, Cedric's making a reel. Lovely, shout out to Lovely. Just made a new TikTok. Now she's putting new content on her TikTok. Reg just dropped this video over here this morning. I love to see it. And I'm telling you right now, you never know who's watching. It could be somebody that you follow, somebody that you comment on, somebody that gets engaged with your content that can completely open the doors for new opportunity, people, places, and relationships inside of our lives. It's crucial. It's huge. Last but not least, the 7th reason why the 5% are successful is they pay the price. They pay the price. Jim Rohn says we can either pay now and play later, or we can play now. But most people, they're going to end up being literally paying the rest of their life because they spent most of their 20s out partying, spending money on liabilities, not staying a student. And even in their 20s and 30s, even in their 40s, same thing. Most people, they stop learning at 25. So from 25 and beyond, if there's no new knowledge, no new skill sets, we're probably going to keep repeating the same decades over and over again. So for paying the price, what is the price that we're going to pay coming into the season, say this summer, or even into the next 5 months coming into Mexico? Because I'm telling you right now, I see it. I literally see it for all of us. Being able to put in the time, the daily rituals. It's not easy hitting the gym every day. It's not easy showing up. It's not easy being a product of the product every day. But you know what they say? It's hard being broke. It's also hard being rich. We get to go ahead and choose our hard. Believe it or not, it takes energy to be lazy. It takes energy to not do anything. People think that's not making a decision. That is making a decision to not make a decision. The analysis paralysis that we've all experienced for so many times, that is literally paying a price, because the price of doing nothing is going to be heavy as time comes in later. Hence Jim Rohn. Pay the price now so we don't have to pay it later. There's always a price to sacrifice. So for the price of the summer, I'm right there with you. The going out, the after parties, I'm not telling you guys not to have fun, but I'm telling you what I've seen year after year. Look at it, pay attention to social media. A lot of people are going to be going out in the summer, coming back broke on Monday and wondering why they're in the same position in 2025. But you know what the other side is doing? Those that really know are locked in, taking this time to really be a student, double down on these skill sets, and get this cash flow coming in. Because what's going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months for many can be quite scary. If you guys aren't paying attention, I was literally talking about this with some of my family yesterday. You have the poor, we have the middle class, and then we have the rich, the wealthy. Imagine when the middle class gets wiped out and there's only two sides. There's the poor and there's the wealthy. And this is what's potentially coming into the future. For those that aren't hip with AI, they're saying in 10 years, AI is going to take over 90% of jobs. If you guys were to see even up north, the AI that's up here is crazy. I went in Giant the other day. They have robots that are already cleaning the floors. A lot of their checkouts are already self-checkouts. It's happening all over. A self-driving Uber. I literally saw it yesterday too. They have that up north already. So it's not a matter of if AI and technology is going to continue to progress. It's only a matter of when and how fast it continues. And it's only a matter of time. And for those that are on the right wave are going to be able to catch it before the masses finally adopt. And by that time, it's too late. Kind of like with crypto. If we could have went back, 5-6 years ago, $100 would be 50 million plus, getting a little bit farther back than that. Probably like, what are we at, 2014? So 8 years ago, $100 would be multiple millions right now. We have the same opportunity to get involved now, not just with crypto, but with the advancements that's happening in our industry with e-learning, with digital streams, with being able to make money online, building a store, building a brand. So fam, to say I'm excited is an understatement. I'm fired up because I know we're all in the right place, right time, with the absolute right mentorship, and we are just getting started. So fam, I appreciate you. I love you guys. Leave the World Behind has shown, I've told you guys, go watch that movie, Leave the World Behind, and you'll see in 10 years, they want most cars to be electric. There's a reason why Mark Zuckerberg is building billion-dollar, literally mansions underground as bunkers. Follow the money. Follow the 1%, and you'll start to see there's a reason why success leaves clues and why we're so imperative about getting in position right now. So I appreciate you, fam. Have a phenomenal day. Anything you need, you already know I got your back. So drop some sevens down below for yourself. Drop some sevens down below if you are ready to go ahead and make this the summer to remember. I got to give you guys a sneak peek of what it's looking like out here in Jersey. If nobody told you that today, fam, I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. And this is just the beginning of, I believe, one of the greatest summers to remember. So, fam, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Welcome to Jersey, Atlantic City. We're actually at the Jersey Shore where they filmed it. I'm literally a block away from the beach. So a ton of content, a ton of value is going to be coming along the way for the rest of this week, fam. Stay tuned and let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. It's game time. Let's grow.